Good afternoon. I'm Terrell Thomas.
Cregg Armstrong.
And I'm Brandon Triche.
And we're here on this lovely evening, rather, not afternoon. We're here on this lovely evening at the LiveHipHopDaily Studios for another edition of LiveHipHopDaily. These Urban Times present Sideline Stories. Good to see y'all, brothers. I got our EP H in the background.
H, what's happening?
We also got Danny Digital in the cut. Groovy Lou in the cut. It's a whole lot going on. Got a lot of dope things to talk about today. We'll be joined in a little while by a member of the JBA, LeVar Ball and everything that's got going on
Big
there.
Baller Brand.
Big Baller Brand. We're going to talk to him about LeVar, Lonzo, Big Baller Brand, and some things going on also in the NBA. But we're going to dive right into some NBA news because shit got real spicy yesterday on social media.
Some smoke blew in the air.
When the news dropped that Jimmy Butler no longer wanted to be a member of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, I'm going to keep it all the way funky with you gentlemen. I'm not the biggest Jimmy Butler fan. I think he's a little bit overrated. I think he's one of those cats in my mind. He's almost like Tom Brady without the success. To me, Tom Brady he's a factor of a system. Tom Brady's a great player, don't get me wrong, great player. But I also believe that the system that Bill Belichick runs helps enhance the gifts that Tom Brady has on the football field. Same with Jimmy Butler. I think we see the best of Jimmy because of the offensive and defensive coaching he's received from Tom Thibodeau. Now, we all know that Tom and Jimmy were together in Chicago with the Chicago Bulls. They had success there. Derrick Rose and the gang never really got to the NBA Finals, though, so they didn't reach the peak of their success.
Right.
Some people are calling them the Minnesota Timberwolves, the way there's so many Bulls. You got D. Rose back on that team. They just... Lou Alding was recently signed. They've been talking about possibly bringing over Joakim Noah.
Why?
There's a lot of other cats that were former Chicago Bulls, that including Jimmy Butler, who are now in Minnesota. But Butler wants up out of there. He wants up out of there. He no longer wants to play. Now, I hate to spread rumors. Because, we don't know the facts. We run off a lot of the facts here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've heard from a few credible sources, though, that there was some beef in the locker room between Jimmy Butler and Karl-Anthony Towns involving a young lady. I don't know how much.
I heard about that too.
I heard that truth is to that, but a pretty credible source told me that. So there may be some truth to that. Also heard that Jimmy Butler and Andrew Wiggins weren't the best of friends on the court or in the locker room. So
wait. Why are they friends? What happened? What did he say? There has to be a reason. He said something about Andrew Wiggins.
I don't know. No. I know he called Cat a pussy. Excuse my French for all the people. I know he said that Karl-Anthony Towns is a pussy. I don't know where exactly, on the pussy meter he felt Andrew Wiggins was. and this is some other shit. I'm not going to disrespect Canada, but here in America, a lot of cats we had Drake for a little while. There's been a whole lot of talk about Andrew Wiggins being Jordan, then LeBron, and he gets into the league and cats is like, this cat is soft. When is he going to begin to reach his peak?
He looks like he has plateaued, though.
The bad thing is he has talent. That's the bad thing, but he don't have this.
Yeah, he has a lot of talent.
He has a lot of talent. That boy give you 40 one night. The next 2 games, he'll average.
So
next 2 games, he go to 40. It's terrible.
Personally, I thought last year Minnesota was going to make the playoffs. I thought we were going to see them. It came down to towards the end of the season. Yeah, they had a shot.
They made it.
But
they didn't make the playoffs.
No. You go out in the first round, you ain't making the playoffs.
So Blazers didn't make the playoffs either?
No.
No, they got swept.
Man.
That was the first time in
you gotta
14
really
years.
You gotta establish
KG and Sam Cassell.
Establish yourself in the playoffs. I mean, you make it, I dig it, but you gotta make some.
I gotta remember you.
Yeah, I gotta remember that you had.
They had a good game and a half. No,
evidently not, because Jimmy Butler wants out. So what do you gentlemen thought? This will be what Jimmy Butler, if he's traded, this will be his 3rd team in 3 years.
Yeah.
So does that say something about Jimmy Butler?
No, I mean, I understand why he wanted to get out of Chicago. Because I'm not trying to play for Fred Hoiberg either. So I'm not trying to play with that. That mess they had going out there. And then going to going to Minnesota with the whole Tibbs and the Minnesota regime. I thought it was gonna be a good look, but obviously it ain't. So he want to go to us, get a fresh air. New start, get a bunch of money because he's about to get that. I personally want to see him go to the Clippers because I always said trust in Jerry West.
Here you go.
Trusting Jerry West, why not?
I mean, I get it.
He built a lot of teams.
Okay, all right. I mean, Jimmy, I agree with you. I agree why he got out of Chicago. I mean, that wasn't going anywhere right there. But in Minnesota, of course, you want to go play with Tibbs, and you probably think you're the missing piece of that puzzle. Mm-hmm. But you get in there, you cause a friction in the locker room. That's not gonna work. So him leaving, if I was him, out of the 3 teams that he wants to go to,
hold on, we're gonna talk about that.
Okay.
We're gonna
3 teams. Okay.
We're gonna talk about them 3 teams. We're gonna talk about.
We already looking at this.
So I heard you spoke about Jerry West, and it has been noted that Jimmy Butler gave Minnesota in a meeting. He had a meeting with Tom Thibodeau and the rest of the Minnesota Timberwolves brass, and gave out 3 teams he wants to go to. I was a little surprised. I just knew it was gonna be Boston, the Lakers. He wants to go to LA. He wants to go to the Clippers, or go to New York somewhere and play in either Madison Square Garden for the New York Knicks, or go to Boston and play. Go to Brooklyn and play for the Brooklyn Nets.
I never understood why players did that. You under contract, you tell people where you want to go.
That's the game now. That's the game now.
Send me here.
But my thing is, you take the ability away from the team you with to trade you.
I mean, not really, because they can still send you wherever they want to.
I mean, they can send you to Phoenix, really, if they wanted to.
They've never seen the Phoenix. I don't want to go there.
But they know. Phoenix might not be a bad look right now, though. Phoenix going out there with. I mean, he didn't say that, but going out there with Ayton and Booker might not be bad.
Yeah, it's not. But he ain't trying to be. He ain't getting younger.
They making the playoffs.
He just
win.
They'll make the playoffs with. They have a better chance of making the playoffs than Brooklyn does. And I damn sure. I love you, Lou Williams. I love Lou. I don't see the Clippers making the playoffs. So I mean,
they got potential.
Okay,
they got potential.
Phoenix.
Okay,
what they at right now? They're not going to the playoffs. Not in the West.
I can see it.
Brooklyn
adding a Jimmy Butler, I can see it.
Brooklyn, they can fall into the playoffs the way the East look right now.
I don't think so.
I mean, us three, get 2 other people, H, Groove, and Danny.
I think we're gonna.
We can make.
I think we're gonna get D-Wade.
We'll get D-Wade and
Miami's gonna make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I say Miami's gonna make the playoffs. Miami definitely make the playoffs.
So. Miami's gonna make the playoffs. I still think the East is gonna be pretty solid. You know, like people are thinking that
it's not gonna be a cakewalk as everybody make it seem
not
like.
Not at all.
I think it'll be more levity in the East.
Yeah, it'll be more competitive.
Like you'll never know who's coming out, but it'll be competitive, though.
So Jimmy could be trying to be slick. Now, there's been a lot of rumors also. You know, the rumor game. Some of these rumors are more like sources have let us know that Kyrie Irving is possibly thinking about going to play for the New York Knicks. And there's been a lot of talk on social media about Kyrie and Jimmy Butler playing together. But Jerry West, as you mentioned, feels like he'll have a great chance to get Kawhi next year. Although reports are saying Kawhi is getting mighty comfortable out in Canada and in Toronto.
I mean, it's gonna be hard to.
Maybe not, because we don't know what this cat Nick Nurse is gonna bring to the table. We got to remember that Dwayne Casey's no longer the coach in Toronto. Mm-hmm. Toronto's a nice city. All that wow hula. Yeah, I dig that kumbaya.
Yeah, but he got the guy, my guy. You know. Fields, and it's gonna be in his head, man. Gonna be in his ear.
Who that?
Coach Phil Handy. Oh, come on, look, hey man.
It's nothing that Coach Phil can say that takes over them palm trees and the pretty women in LA. Nothing.
Phil Handy not gonna put a smile on your face.
Nah.
But that weather
and the weather that come along with it.
I mean, but hey, it's Toronto, man. You know, he can be the man of the country.
No,
he can be the man of the country.
Listen, man, he didn't want to be
the
man
Drake.
of the
They got a man of the country already. That's Drake.
I mean, yeah, but basketball-wise.
That's Drake. Drake, when you think of the Raptors right now, you think of Drake. Whether DeMar DeRozan was there, you think of Drake.
Well, yeah, it's true.
You're not thinking
about
Kyle Lowry's too quiet. He's too quiet. He not
we never know. He might turn over a new leaf. Who knows?
What kind of leaf you think he gonna turn?
The maple leaf in Toronto.
You got Kyle Lowry up there with him. You know he disappears in playoffs.
We know that, boy. Kyle Lowry is, oh, God. We're not going to speak about him, but next subject, not Kyle Lowry. I have a long laundry list of things about Kyle Lowry.
In short, do you wait and you and Kawhi go to the Clippers, or do you think it's a better fit in Brooklyn or with the Knicks?
Well, the problem is now that you gave your list out, it's like, well, Brooklyn and the Knicks and the Clippers, they're like, well, why would we give up anything for you when we could just sign you in the offseason? We all have the cap space. So now you just handicapped Minnesota from getting anything of value back. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be least, likely to try to trade you to those teams.
Thibodeau has already said he'd rather quit.
He'd rather walk.
Yeah, he'd rather quit his job than trade Butler right now.
Well, I guess you either quit or they're going to fire you anyway. The way Jimmy just made this, they're going to have to do something before the season starts because you ain't going to try to have to get a new voice in there anyway because the locker room is all messed up.
This is turning to the Lakers. This a whole media circus.
We not gonna disrespect the Lakers. You know,
I'm talking about with the.
We looking good right now. We looking good right now.
Oh god, the season ain't even started yet. Talking about we looking good. Just because they put a little video. They put a little practice video and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They got all the movie. They got all the movie directors out there
with Zubac and Isaac Barnes.
I know they out there with
the. Is back.
Even though I'm talking shit, we gonna win this chip this year.
Don't you start drinking the Kool-Aid. Don't you start drinking
the Warriors for next year.
Look,
I honestly think DeMarcus Cousins might mess that whole locker room.
I won't be surprised if something like that happen, but they're gonna win. They're still gonna win.
If any other coach, maybe so. Not with Steve Kerr.
But
while we're talking about NBA teams, while we're talking about these teams, if they do let Jimmy Butler walk, if they do decide to let him walk, and you still have a nucleus of Andrew Wiggins, Karl-Anthony Towns, who could possibly be looking for another deal, but you never know. If Jimmy Butler gets out the locker room, things might get better for him in Minnesota. You still have Jeff Teague. You have a pretty solid team. What are your expectations for what Minnesota could do? Can they be a playoff team without Jimmy Butler if they get another at least solid player to come take his place?
I mean, depending on what kind of player you get, because Jimmy is one of the best two-way players in the league.
Is he still that?
No, why not? I mean, we see how they look when he got hurt.
Is he still that, or is the name Jimmy Butler?
I mean, he was still doing what he had to do. He was still averaging 20 plus, and locking people up before he got hurt. And see how the team looked when he got hurt. There was a 4 seed, and it dropped down to the 8th.
But is that because, as I mentioned, Thibodeau doesn't allow those other players to flourish, and he's still running that Chicago Bulls system? So,
I mean, I always say Thibodeau's he's one of the old school coaches who's still stuck in his old school ways, like practicing 3 hours and stuff like that. Like that's not the new wave, I guess, because these young players want to rest and I guess go play Fortnite and whatever like that. So they're not used to these long practices and all this how Tibbs run things. So that's probably why they rubbed Cat and Wiggins the wrong way.
Well, to answer your question, it really all depends on Cat and Wiggins. If they take that next step,
they should.
If Jimmy's not there, they can make it happen to make the playoffs. But if Andrew Wiggins is going to be more concerned about,
stat,
trying to get some smoke with people he doesn't need to get smoke with,
no smoke,
then and it's going to be a problem for him. Because Andrew Wiggins came in, he was supposed to be one of the new premier two-way players. You know what I mean? Everybody,
he's not even a player.
And now it's like he's okay. It looks like Cleveland won that trade from the looks of it.
For real. And I always said it would be a bad trade for Cleveland.
I did.
But looking at it now, hindsight 2020, you got a ring and you got Kevin Love.
Kevin Love went to the playoff 4 straight years.
So before we move on from Jimmy Butler, I want you to give me forget the teams that he said he wants to go to. Give me your team. Give me your team. H, give me your team. Give me your team you think he should go to that would be a good fit for him and he could automatically help a team be a contender.
You go.
I could go first. Okay. The Knicks.
I knew you would say that. Lord.
You think if he goes to the Knicks,
Porzingis ain't playing.
He can hold us down till Porzingis comes back.
I mean, it's not bad for
Kevin Knox.
It's not bad for getting him to the Knicks. I'll go for a sleeper. Your team, not the Lakers.
Your home team, Sixers.
Yeah. I can see him fit.
Sixers had the best odds in Vegas to get him.
I see that. That'd be a good fit because they would need another defensive presence and another scorer. So if you don't have to give away like Fultz or something like that, you can make some noise. You get to the finals if you get Jimmy Butler to Philly. That might be the missing piece.
I'm gonna just throw one out there, and I know it probably can't happen just because of salaries, but
Houston?
No. Melo about to miss that off.
Hey man.
Portland.
No, I mean, because you got too many, and that in Portland you got too many people in the same position. Like you got too many threes, and
one of them off. You got CJ at the 2. Jimmy, maybe move him up to the 3. It's a small ball league anyway.
I mean, yeah.
Let Dame play the 1. Why not? But Nurkic as your big,
and we can have Alfred get the 4. Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm gonna throw a team out there. Really, it's 2 teams that cross my mind. I mean, I'll share. I thought about the Pacers. I thought about possibly him going to the Pacers, playing with Nick
Vic?
Mullen,
That's not bad.
And Miles Turner. But what about Milwaukee? What about sending him to Milwaukee to play under Coach Bud, another defensive-minded player? And now you're playing with Giannis.
You got Giannis, Bled,
but you
Middleton.
Still, their problem.
They don't have enough shooting.
They don't have.
And that's why you bring over Jimmy. I mean, I know
Jimmy's
he's not a sharpshooter.
He's not a great shooter, but he's a scorer.
He's a scorer. And that's still something Milwaukee lacks.
If that would actually be a
that'd be a better fit
off the strength of Milwaukee is a long team.
That might be one of the.
They would probably be one of the best.
That'd be one of the defensive teams in basketball for real.
In basketball,
Milwaukee, make it happen, Coach Bud. Make me look good. We got a lot more to talk about today. We're gonna be joined very briefly by my man, Mr. Brandon Williams from the JBA. He does a lot of work. He's been covering the Ball family for many years now, covering Lonzo all through high school, covering him at UCLA. He's also covered LaMelo. He's also covered LiAngelo. Has a pretty good relationship with LeVar. He's running things on the PR side for the JBA, so he's going to talk to us about the JBA going overseas. First couple years, we'll pick his brain about the Ball family a lot more. We also got to talk some NFL news as breaking stuff went down as we were in the building. Baker Mayfield, we'll talk about that. Talk about Josh Gordon and his new team. And we're going to do a little NBA talk. Possible Space Jam 2 is in the works. I know we talked about a possible Space Jam a few weeks ago, and now it's here. It might be really happening. And we'll get into a little serious conversation about Mark Cuban's sexual harassment and what's been taking place in the workplace. So check out this brief break right here. We'll be right back. You're tuned in right now to Sideline Stories, These Urban Times, Live Hip Hop Daily from the Live Hip Hop Daily Studios.